Welcome back to Healthier Daily. You know, I was talking to a patient named Bill the other day. He's 67, loves his gardening, and he's always been what we call a clean eater. He looked me in the eye and said, "Ben, I eat my nuts every day. I avoid the junk food. So why is my doctor telling me my kidneys have lost 40% of their power? I don't feel any pain."
It is a terrifying truth, Ben. Bill is like 37 million other Americans. They are living with a ticking time bomb inside their bodies, and 90% of them have no clue. We call kidney disease the silent killer for a reason. Your kidneys don't complain. They don't ache like a bad back. They just slowly dim like a light bulb losing its power until one day the lights go out.
And the most shocking part, sometimes the very things we think are health foods, those handfuls of nuts we snack on while watching the game, are actually the culprits. For someone over 50, your kidneys aren't the high-speed filters they used to be. They've grown a bit tired with age. And when you give them the wrong kind of fuel, you aren't just snacking. You might be slowly poisoning your own system.
Think of your kidneys like an old car engine, Ben. When the car was brand new, it could handle almost anything. But after 60 years, that engine needs a specific kind of oil. If you put the wrong stuff in, the gears start to grind. Some nuts are like throwing sand into those gears. They are packed with minerals and toxins that an aging kidney simply cannot wash away anymore.
That is exactly what we are exposing today. There are 3 very common nuts that many seniors eat every day, thinking they are doing their heart a favor, but they are actually etching scars onto their kidney filters that never heal. If you don't stop in time, you're looking at dialysis or worse.
But we aren't here just to scare you. We are here to give you the biological armor. We've found 3 healing heroes nuts that actually act like a natural cleaning crew for your blood. One of them can improve your filtration by over 20% in just 6 months.
We're going to show you how to swap the poison for the protection. We'll show you the salt water secret to make your snacks safe, and the one place in your house you should never store your nuts if you want to protect your kidneys.
It is about wisdom, Ben. At our age, we have to be the managers of our own health. Your kidneys work tirelessly to clean your blood every single day. It is time we started working for them.
Before we reveal the first healing hero, a seed that acts like a beam of light for your kidneys, I want to ask you a question. Have you noticed that you're feeling more tired lately? Or maybe your ankles look a bit puffy at the end of the day? If you've seen those signs, go to the comments right now and just type yes. It helps us know who we are talking to. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss the knowledge that could save your independence. All right, let's get into our first healing hero. We are talking about sunflower seeds. Now, I know what you're thinking, Ben. That's just a snack for baseball games. But for a senior over 60, these tiny seeds are like concentrated beams of light for a tired kidney. Dr. Hinohara, you've seen the research on how these help the filters actually recover, haven't you?
It is quite remarkable, Ben. You see, as we age, our kidneys are under constant attack from rust molecules, what we call free radicals. These come from old medications, processed salt, and just the wear and tear of life. Sunflower seeds are one of the richest sources of vitamin E on the planet. Think of vitamin E like a protective wax for your kidney cells. It coats the delicate filters called nephrons and prevents that rust from eating away at them.
And there was a major study back in 2019 that really turned heads in the medical community. They took a group of seniors who had mild kidney issues and gave them a steady dose of the nutrients found in sunflower seeds. After just 6 months, their filtration rate improved by 22%. That is a huge jump for an organ that usually only gets worse over time.
Exactly. When the cell membranes are protected by that vitamin E shield, the kidneys can finally breathe. They start filtering the blood more efficiently, and that heavy feeling in your body starts to lift. But, Ben, we have to warn our friends at home, you cannot just grab a bag of salty seeds from the gas station and expect a miracle.
That's the salt trap. If you buy the pre-salted processed seeds, the extra sodium will actually cancel out all the good work the vitamin E is doing. It'll drive your blood pressure up and put even more stress on your kidneys. We want you to follow what I call the senior soak ritual.
Yes, this is the key. Buy your sunflower seeds raw and unsalted. When you get them home, I want you to soak them in warm water for about 4 hours. This washes away something called phytic acid, which can be a bit tough on an older stomach. After 4 hours, you drain them and give them a quick 10-minute dry roast in a cast iron pan on your stove until you smell that beautiful aroma.
Just 1 tablespoon of those roasted seeds a day. You can sprinkle them on your morning oatmeal or even mix them into some plain yogurt. It's such a small habit, but you are literally feeding your kidneys the armor they need to fight off inflammation.
It is a simple gesture of respect for your body. But as powerful as sunflower seeds are, we have number 2 coming up next, and this nut is so creamy and buttery that people often feel guilty eating it. But for your kidneys, it is like liquid gold for repairing damage.
We are talking about the macadamia nut, and wait until you hear about the omega-7 secret that helps fix the tiny pipes inside your kidneys that age has worn down.
But before we reveal that, I want to check back in with our community. We have people watching from all over the world, but we really want to hear from our American seniors today. In the comments below, tell us, what is your favorite way to snack during the day? Are you a nut and bolt kind of person, or do you prefer fruit? Let us know. It helps us tailor these videos to your real lives.
We're moving on to number 2 on our saviors list, and this one is a personal favorite because it feels like a cheat meal. We're talking about macadamia nuts. Now, Dr. Hinohara, most people avoid these because they think they're too rich or too fatty. But you say this specific kind of fat is actually medicine for an aging kidney.
It is a beautiful paradox, Ben. The fat in macadamias is mostly something called omega-7. This is a very rare fatty acid that acts like a repairman for the tiny tubes inside your kidneys. As we get older, and especially if we've had high blood sugar over the years, those tiny tubes, the renal tubules, can get scarred and inflamed.
So the omega-7 goes in and actually helps grease the wheels and heal that inflammation.
Exactly. It improves the flexibility of the cell membranes. Think of it like putting high-quality oil into a rusty machine. In a big study back in 2020, patients with mild kidney issues who ate just a few macadamias a day saw their protein numbers improve significantly. Their kidneys stopped leaking and started filtering properly again.
And for our seniors at home, the best way to eat these is 4 to 6 nuts in the morning, right after breakfast. If you pair them with a few slices of apple, the natural fiber in the apple helps your body soak up those healthy oils even better. It's a delicious way to start your first filtration cycle of the day.
Now number 3 takes us down south to the pecan. In many states, the pecan tree is a symbol of longevity, and for good reason. Pecans are loaded with magnesium.
Magnesium is a big deal for seniors because it helps relax the blood vessels. When the vessels in the kidneys are relaxed, the blood flows through much easier, which takes the pressure off those delicate filters.
Yes, and it does one more very important thing. It helps stop kidney stones from forming. Magnesium helps neutralize extra calcium in your urine so it doesn't turn into those painful crystals. For many older adults who deal with calcification or stones, pecans are a natural guardian.
But you have a very specific secret trick for keeping pecans fresh, because if they go bad, they can actually cause inflammation instead of curing it.
This is my coffee bean secret. Pecan oils are very sensitive to light and air. If they sit out on the counter, the oil turns rancid. I want you to store your pecans in a glass jar in the refrigerator. And here is the trick: put a few dry roasted coffee beans in the jar with them. The coffee beans absorb any moisture and keep the pecans smelling fresh and acting like a powerful antioxidant.
So we have the armor from sunflower seeds, the repairman from macadamias, and the vessel relaxer from pecans. But now we have to turn a corner. We have to talk about the poison 3. These are the nuts that look innocent, but are silently etching scars onto your kidneys every single day.
This is the part that breaks my heart, Ben, because one of these nuts is a staple in almost every American pantry. And for someone over 50, it is a genuine threat to their independence.
All right, we've covered the saviors, but now we have to face the poison 3. This is the part of the video that might shock you because number 1 on our danger list is the humble peanut. Now, Dan, I grew up on peanut butter sandwiches, and I know millions of Americans eat peanuts every single day. Why are you calling this a staple of warning for seniors?
It is a hard truth to hear, Ben. The problem isn't necessarily the peanut itself, but a tiny invisible intruder called aflatoxin. This is a mold that loves to grow on peanuts because they are grown underground in warm, damp soil. For a young person, the body can usually handle a little bit of this toxin, but for someone over 50, it is a different story.
And once that toxin gets into the blood, it heads straight for the kidneys, doesn't it?
Exactly. It attacks the nephron cells, the tiny filtering units. In older adults, our kidneys already have a harder time repairing themselves. Aflatoxin causes inflammation and scarring that can slowly destroy your filtration power without you ever feeling a thing. I've seen patients whose creatinine levels were climbing for years, and it turned out their daily healthy peanut snack was the silent culprit.
That is a scary thought. And there was a big study from the CDC recently that showed seniors who ate a lot of processed peanut products had a 36% higher risk of kidney issues. That is a number you just can't ignore.
No, you cannot. If you love that nutty crunch, I have a much safer power swap for you, pistachios. I call these the kidney's best friend. They are much cleaner, and they are packed with something called lutein that actually protects the blood vessels in your kidneys from damage.
So instead of the peanut trap, go for 15 to 20 pistachios after lunch. Just make sure they are unsalted and lightly roasted at low temperatures. It gives you that same protein boost, but without the toxic scarring that peanuts can cause.
It is a simple switch that could save you years of kidney health, but been as dangerous as peanuts can be. Number 2 on our list is even more deceptive. It's the favorite nut of the health-conscious world, but for an old kidney, it's like asking a tired hiker to carry a 100-pound backpack up a mountain.
We are talking about the almond. And wait until you hear why the phosphorus load in almonds can be a nightmare for your blood's mineral balance.
But before we expose the almond, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever noticed a metallic taste in your mouth or found that your appetite just isn't what it used to be? These are often the first whispers of a kidney that is struggling. If you felt that, let us know in the comments. We are here to listen.
We're at number 2 on our poison list, and this one is going to ruffle some feathers. We're talking about almonds. Now, Dr. Hinohara, every health magazine in America says almonds are the ultimate superfood. They've got vitamin E, they've got fiber. So why are they on our danger list for seniors?
It is a classic case of too much of a good thing, Ben. Almonds are incredibly high in phosphorus. When we are young, our kidneys are like high-speed vacuums. They suck up extra phosphorus and flush it out easily. But after 60, those vacuums slow down. If you flood your system with phosphorus from almonds, it starts to build up in your blood.
And that's when the mineral war starts, right? The body tries to balance that phosphorus by pulling calcium out of your bones.
Exactly. It makes your bones brittle, and even worse, it makes your kidney filters get crunchy and scarred. It's like forcing an old engine to climb a steep hill without any oil. Your filtration rate, your eGFR, will start to drop faster than it ever should. If you want that same nutty flavor without the phosphorus load, swap your almonds for walnuts. They have 60% less phosphorus and are packed with omega-3s that actually help the blood flow.
That brings us to our final warning, number 3, pumpkin seeds. Now, these are often sold as cleansing seeds that help with heart health. But for a senior, they can be the hidden cause of a very painful nightmare.
We are talking about the oxalate storm, Ben. Pumpkin seeds are through the roof when it comes to oxalates. In an aging kidney, these oxalates bind with calcium and form tiny jagged crystals. These aren't just kidney stones. They are like microscopic pieces of glass that scrape the inside of your kidney tissue every single day.
And that scraping leads to inflammation, bleeding, and eventually the kidney just stops working correctly. A study from Johns Hopkins even showed that seniors who ate a lot of these had a 42% higher risk of their stones coming back.
It is a heavy price for a snack. Instead of pumpkin seeds, I want you to reach for ground flax seeds. They are virtually oxalate-free, and they act like a metabolic sponge soaking up toxins and blood sugar so your kidneys don't have to. Just 1 teaspoon a day in your yogurt is a total game changer.
So we've exposed the toxic imposters, the peanuts, the almonds, and the pumpkin seeds, and we've given you the healing swaps. But Dan, even with the right nuts, there is a golden rule of timing that determines if these nuts heal you or just sit in your stomach. Dr. Hinohara, we've really pulled back the curtain today. We went from the silent warning of kidney decline to the biological armor found in sunflower seeds and macadamias, and we exposed the toxic imposters like peanuts and almonds that could be stalling our progress. It's a lot to take in, but it feels like a real path to freedom for our viewers.
It is a path to independence, Ben. That is what this is all about. I want everyone watching to realize that your kidneys are not just failing because you're getting older. They are simply asking for a different kind of respect. When you choose a walnut over an almond, or you take the time to do the 4-hour soak with your sunflower seeds, you are telling your body, I am on your side.
I am on your side. That's a powerful thought. And for Bill, the patient I mentioned at the start, making these simple swaps was the turning point. He didn't have to go on some extreme restrictive diet. He just had to become a better manager of the minerals entering his system. Within a few months, his energy returned, and his doctor was actually smiling at his lab results.
That is the miracle of the human body, Ben. It is remarkably forgiving. Even if there is some scarring or fatigue in the kidneys, they are always looking for a reason to heal. By providing the cooling fats of the macadamia and the oxalate protection of flax seeds, you are giving those delicate nephrons the first real break they've had in decades.
So here is our challenge to you at home. Don't try to change everything tonight. Just pick one swap. Maybe tomorrow morning you reach for those ground flax seeds instead of the pumpkin seeds. Or maybe you start that coffee bean secret to keep your pecans fresh. Just one small win today.
Small wins lead to long lives, Ben, and we want to hear about your wins. Down in the comments, tell us which healing hero are you going to try first? Is it the sunflower seeds or the creamy macadamias? Let us know. Your comment might be the inspiration someone else needs to start their own journey.
We love our Healthier Daily community, and we want to keep bringing you this science-based guidance. If this video brought you a bit of peace of mind today, please hit that like button and share it with a friend. Information is the best medicine we have.
And if you haven't yet, click subscribe. We are here every week to help you navigate these years with strength, wisdom, and a lot of heart. We are so proud of the steps you are taking for your health.
One final reminder, we are here to share the latest research and traditional wisdom, but everybody is unique. Please talk to your own doctor or a kidney specialist before making major changes, especially if you are already managing a health condition.
Be patient with your kidneys, be gentle with yourself, and keep walking strong.
Stay healthy, everyone, and we'll see you in the next video.